everybody. It's Tony George along with Sean Salisbury. Welcome to Doc Sports Free Pick video here today. And our last free pick video on Friday didn't go that well for you. We kind of been rolling along here, and we got another big game. We picked the tough games, folks. We picked the marquee games for you for the most part to talk about for free. And tonight, Boston Sean on the road at Portland. Just out of the gate here, Boston laying one, total 229. Last time I saw Portland, they were getting waxed at home by Miami, only scoring 96 points with that guard play that they have here. And another tall task tonight for the Blazers at home here against the Celtics, who picked up a little steam here as of late.
Yeah, and a big one. I mean, was it the Nuggets, I think, Tony? They were coming off their 14-plus minutes to play and a 14-point deficit and put it on them. They've won 5 of their last 6. They're scoring. I believe Jason Tatum's one of the better players in basketball and a rising young, under 25 and under type star around there. This is a fabulous player. I love the way Boston's playing. It's a very difficult place to go play. Yet the Celtics, when they are playing as far as against the spread, Tony, against Portland, when they're a dog, they pull up pretty well against Portland as they head on the road. But this is a long flight. I know that they were in Denver. When I say long flight, you're working from one coast. Well, I know you had to deal with Denver. You're still on the road. It's not back-to-back. Boston's playing better. 2 of the last 5 for Portland. I would expect after what happened to Portland over the weekend and the way that they were extended against the Denver Nuggets, even though they didn't play last night, a couple nights ago, I would expect that the Boston Celtics may take a little bit to get going here. I like Portland in the game. This is almost a pick 'em. I still think there's going to be a lot of points scored, but I like Portland at home. I think the streak for the surging Celtics ends tonight. I know they got a lot of momentum heading into Portland, but this sets up for a Dame Lillard special. And I like Portland at home in this ball game. And I think they send Boston back with a loss. Portland obviously trying to be the team that stops this momentum that the Celtics are playing with. Well coached, a lot of stars in this game. I think the guard plays big for Portland. I think they've got something to prove after what happened in their most previous game. And Tony, when you get taken out of you, 14, we say this all the time, but when you're extended in games and you have to put your foot down, it's tough to continue to do that no matter how well, and momentum's a good thing, just like we talked about the Bulls. I like Portland more in this game. Close game, high-scoring game, but I like the Trailblazers by a bucket.
Well, folks, be sure to catch Sean Salisbury on iHeartRadio each and every day with his Sean Salisbury show that's broadcast down there in Houston. I'm giving him the love now because I'm going to go against him. We're going to disagree on this one here, Sean. And usually when there's an extension in a game where a team's really got to gut it out, especially in the altitude, I like to fade them, but on back-to-backs. They've had 24 hours. Yep. 24 hours to recover. And one of the best, just a side note, folks, so you watching this, one of the best angles you can have is when you have a team from the East and they go out and they play Utah and then turn around and play Denver in back-to-backs in the final of 4 or 5 road game swing out East. You always want to fade those teams no matter who they are, whether it's Philadelphia, whether it's Brooklyn, whether it's anybody, because you're playing in the altitude and playing 2 good teams back-to-back. That's not the case here. The reason I say this, Sean, and we talk about this all the time, Portland reminds me of Dallas. They beat up everybody they should, but they can't beat anybody good. If you take a look at the good teams that Portland's played in their last 10, Clippers, loss. Utah, loss. Milwaukee, loss. And not just by a single point or 2, solid, convincing losses. Now, who have they beaten? Detroit twice, Oklahoma City, Toronto with nobody when they had nobody. Van Vliet was out. Everybody was out for them. And Orlando. That's not necessarily a resume that gives me confidence in a team that managed 96 against Miami, and Miami was without 2 offensive starters in that game. So that's why I'm back in Boston. I also like Brad Stevens this time of year. This is a time of the year in the season where he kind of gets Boston going, and they've lost their way. They've lost their identity, Sean, this year, because what they've been known for up until this year with Brad Stevens was playing hellacious defense. And we haven't seen any of that out of Boston this year. They're looking to trade punches with people, and that concerns me a little bit in this game, other than the fact that Portland struggled offensively lately. I know Lillard's going to have his 35 tonight. Boston's not going to match up with him outside. If McCollum gets going, Portland's, if they both have 30-point nights tonight, they probably can beat them. If those two combine for 60 and the rest of the team can kick something in. But at the end of the day here, I'm going to go with the hot hand. I'm going to go against you. The people watching this video are going to have to make up their mind. You're going to go with the ex-USC football star. You're going to go with a, hack handicap out of Lincoln, Nebraska originally. But at the end of the day, I like Boston here.
But Tony, how long can you keep great shooters down? First of all, at the free throw line, this game will be won there tonight. Keep an eye on that. Portland's second in the league in free throw shooting, right? Shooting about almost 83%. You also go to the 3-point line. Top 10, they're 7th in the league, 3-point shooting. And we know the NBA, if you can't knock those down, part of the reason why, if there's a struggle, not scoring like they're used to scoring. And then, finally, they're the 4th leading scoring team in the NBA. At some point in time, Tony, if you hit home runs, if you're the Yankees and you're Aaron Judge and Stanton, what do you normally eventually do? Eventually you start hitting home runs, right? I think the Portland – if this game was on the road, it'd be a no-brainer for me. I'm with you 100% the way the Celtics are playing, and I'm with you on the non-back-to-backer. It's a long trip from the East Coast, even though they've been in Denver and they're on the West Coast in the Rocky Mountains and now to Portland. It's a hard place to play a lot of times. It should be – and I understand crowds and the lack thereof. But these are the type of games that Lillard carries them and gets them going. If he hits 35 tonight, they're winning. I like Portland. Okay. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. But I'm going with a team that I think offensively is better than you saw in the last 5 or 6 games. What their most recent, Tony, I was looking, I think they scored, and against Oklahoma City, they hung, $133 on them, right? I don't expect that tonight, but I do expect them to shine. I like this game at home. There's a reason it's this close the way Boston's playing, but I would expect Portland to shoot better in their building tonight, and I like the Trailblazers.
Well, Sean's
so take the hack from USC.
Sean, take the hack from USC. He won a Grey Cup for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. I can't argue with the guy. But, hey, I'll tell you what. I'm going to dispel the rumor. Last 5 games, Boston Celtics, 85% from the free throw line. Portland Trailblazers, 78%. So they're both shooting a high level of those. We're going to – Sean Salisbury – who's a significant other and has family out here in Las Vegas, will be out here soon. So I'm going to put a bar tab at the Circa Sportsbook, the Mega Bar at the new Circa, which I'm dying to get you out to here, Sean. I'm going to put the bar tab on this one. I'm going to take Boston. Sean's going to take Portland. I do agree it probably will be higher scoring. The total's around 227. Might be worth a sniff as well. Thanks for tuning in today, folks. Take advantage of the free $60 link in the description below. Catch Sean on iHeartRadio each and every day with the best sports show in the country. And Sean, hey, good luck to the Blazers tonight. I'm wearing all green, baby.
You guys are shooting 68% from the free throw line tonight. That's where it's going to be won, brother.
There you go, folks. Make up your mind. Thanks for tuning in.